have to channel my inner Alan Fleckney with this one.
And now it's time for the latest exciting episode of Doz's Television Workshop.
Hello and welcome back to Doz's Television Workshop, where today I've been lumbered into looking at this Samsung UE40D7000 television set. It belongs to my mate Steve. Let's get into it. Right, well, this belongs to a member of the Wednesday Curry Collective, Steve, and apparently it went bang. Not just once, but 3 times in rapid succession. So, yeah, I don't really know where to start with it. We shall, of course, have a look and see what's going on. I've got a nasty feeling we've got a crack in the screen, you know. That's not a good start, is it? No, it's just a mark. I've got a bit of hair stuck there. But yeah, no, it's not. That's just a sort of like a mild abrasion to the front. Right, let's work out what we've got to do to get it in bits. Clearly, first things first, this bracket is going to want to be removed from the back. I shall use completely an inappropriate tool. That's not helping, is it? That's a bit bent now. I hope you're getting some decent pictures here, by the way. Clearly, I'm not quite able to use all the cameras because ones at the rear of the bench are just blocked. Actually, let's put them on anyway. What's the worst that can happen? Now, this is a wildly inappropriate tool. I wonder if a plastic spanner will do the job. Nope, I'm going to need to go and get the right socket set. I'll tell you something I'm just going to do before I go any further. I'm just going to mark which position these bolts are. That's top, that's top. Well, if the top position of the bolt is defined there, the bottom one's got to follow, hasn't it? Okay, that'll tell me what screws to put back in afterwards. Right, I'm just going to nip and get a socket set. Back in a second. Okay, so what are we looking at? 13mm maybe? Yes. Let's put this lot out of the way. Now, I know if you follow Alan Fleckley's channel on the on YouTube, he's got a channel called the TV Repair Community. Very good it is too. The guy he sort of carried on with television repairs when I gave up. So I stopped repairing television sets for a living mid-2000s. So we didn't really see many flat screens. There were a few plasmas around at the time, but it was just as LCD sets were starting to become popular, and that's where it ended really for me. So yeah, I am not au fait with this. I think I've done my brothers on the channel once before, didn't I? Years ago. So yeah, things have moved on dramatically. Right, so I've got a lot of screws around the outside. Presumably then that escutcheon comes off, and then this metal bit and all the I should think we've just got a main board there, maybe a power supply somewhere else. That'll be about it, won't it? But yeah, what bothers me is how does this common mode, this common interface card adapter come out? Because presumably I've got to get that out before I can take that off. Push. Common interface, push, sort of slots in. slots in there and then tilts into there, so it's got to come out that way, hasn't it? This is where Alan will be shouting at me on the screen saying, "You silly boy, you don't need to do that," or something. But oh, we're on a learning curve here. Let's just see if we can ease this. Presumably it's on some kind of socket. Common interface for those of you that don't know, it was a sort of card interface adapter for subscription services, and it first started becoming a thing on early sort of Mac and DMAC satellite, and indeed this set has got a satellite tuner in it, so presumably that's what it's for. If you know more about it, I think it was common in Europe. Don't think it was ever really a thing in the UK, because obviously Rupert Murdoch and Sky cornered the market for that, which had its own decoders. Right, I'm going to come back to that because I'm already dinging the case there. Let's just start pulling screws until the thing falls in my lap, I think. Right, this is obviously over that, so presumably this is the first thing to come out. Are we getting any of this on camera? No, it's too big. My camera is only just in shot. There we go. Yeah, I'll repeat that then. This part of this outer escutcheon here actually overlaps this inner part here, so clearly that's got to come out first. Short screws, they look like an M3 thread. They're very big, wide heads on them, so yeah. That is not keen on coming apart. Let's keep taking screws out. There might be some under there, mightn't there? Right, let's get myself a pot, put these screws away, and then carry on just pulling screws. Right, oh, that does feel that all of that is about to lift out actually and leave me with just the screen. Can't see any screws on that bottom edge, which is towards the front there. Let's just keep pulling screws. This seems to be utterly cut out round the sort of VGA socket there, so I think this back panel will lift clear of the board without me having to undo the bail locks. Hundreds of screws. Right, let's see what happens now. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I am hung up on that common interface adapter. I wonder if they mean push in there. Push. Oh. Brilliant. That was easy. Yep. Okay, I'll put that to one side. Right then. See what horrors lie beneath. Yeah, I'm away. I am away. Oh, we've got some cabling by the look of it. Oof. Yeah, it's like a module in there. And I think it's one of the speakers. And I've got wiring for the front panel, which is sort of up under there. Right, let's see if we can remove that. Oh dear. I think I've just seen what's gone bang. Anyway, I will show you. But this doesn't look good. It's power supply related, and it looks horrible to me. Okay. Oh, now that part's come away separately. I've got the frame left. There we go. Right. And look at that. It's like a computer motherboard, but think that's your failure there. By Job, something let go a big style in the power supply. Is that coming out on camera? Let me tilt the camera and zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can see over by here. We've got a lot of vaporized nasty. The other thing is, it's actually flashed over across this fuse. I'm going to have to get the camera here and try and do a close-up of that, because that is incredible. So go on, focus. You know you want to focus, focus, focus. Hopefully that's coming out, but you can see this fuse has got a chunk taken out of it that side, and it's flashed over there, and then whatever happened here was just terrible. Yeah, I think so. We've got our inverter up here, so presumably then this hasn't got an LED backlight, has it? No, it does. So this is the LED inverter here with DC-DC converter, one would think. Lord only knows. That's obviously a power supply transformer of some description. Bunch of FETs and rectifiers. Where's the mains come in? So this is on the live side up to here. Could all be live, that bit, couldn't it? But you can see the mains barrier there, the isolation slot. Let's take this board out and see what horrors lie beneath. But that is that looks terminal to me. Right, let's pop camera 5 back on its stand. This might be a telephone call to Alan, mightn't it? Because this is horrible. Alan, if you're watching, leave a comment or something. He did comment the other day because he does subscribe to the channel, which is rather nice. And yeah, he did wonder, he did an episode a while back saying what happened to all the old television engineers. Well, a lot of them retired, and then there was me, who was still, well, I had some working life left in me. I went to work in broadcast for a little while. Actually, I worked in medical for a while, then broadcast, and now I work in the space industry. So that's what I do. What happened to others, I don't know. A lot of sort of retired engineers, I think, went into IT-related bits and pieces. This looks nasty, right? Ah, okay. Well, that sort of surprises me, really. I expected to see some dry joint or something on the bottom side that had failed and allowed arcing to occur. But that's not the case, is it? Yeah, that's a spectacular failure nonetheless. Now I've got it on this camera. I'll have another look at that fuse, because I'm not quite sure it came out on the camera, but you can see it's flashed over across the fuse there. Wonder whether that transformer actually failed. It's a hell of a winding, isn't it? Is that just a common mode choke? Yeah, it comes straight off the bridge. I reckon that's probably just a choke. Wow, I wonder what on earth happened. Yeah. Let's get the old multimeter. Sanity check failure. There we go. I bet that's gone open. It hasn't. But you can see an arc across it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, so we've had some failure in the power supply. Yeah, I think possibly the recourse of action is to try and source another PCB complete. But yeah, that's had a major flashover, isn't it? I wonder if it was that... Oh, it is. I reckon it's that little capacitor next to it. Okay. Did the mains fuse open? Yeah, mains fuse opened. So we've drawn a gob of current through there. These appear to be diodes. Yeah. These have got blobs of stuff over them, so it's a bit difficult to say, isn't it? I reckon that little capacitor's the source of our smoke. Right. I'm going to desolder it. What have I got to lose? It's straight across the primary. Oh no, it isn't. But certainly in the primary somewhere. Oh yeah, it is. It comes off that surge limiter. It's in the negative side of the supply, back to whatever that is, which is the supply side, I think. Right. Some really unpleasant joints over here. These have all going dry. We'll come back to those if we think we might be in a viable situation, but I don't know. Right, let's take that out. Oh yeah. It's got a hole in it. Let's straighten the camera back up. There we go. Yeah, it's got a dirty great big hole in it. What was it? 220 puff. Let's see if he blew short. I'm sure he did, with a, or at least temporarily. It might have blown itself back open now, but let's have a little look. No, it's blown itself open now, but that would have certainly disturbed a lot over here. Now we've got an short circuit diodes there. Those, whatever they are, SA something. Those are short circuit. Our mains fuse is open circuit. That one, I don't know, that looks like it's had an arc across it. I mean, this could have all ionized, couldn't it? Oh yeah, you can see it on this piece of wire here. It's got, something blew over to there as well. Trouble is, when you get that sort of level of explosion going on, it leads on to other stuff failing. Where were those FETs I couldn't get to? Seem alright. That seems alright. Those diodes are connected straight across that. So if that was... That's a nothing, it's an unoccupied thing. Oh. Yeah. Let's do some research, see how much a new board is before we go mad. I've got a sneaking suspicion. The trouble is, I don't know what any of this stuff is, other than a short circuit. Let's get on the internet, do a bit of research, see what comes out. So I've just come off the phone to the lovely Alan Fleckerly, and turns out we share a bit of past along the way somewhere, which is nice. And what a lovely bloke. Every bit as nice as he seems on YouTube. So yeah, smashing. Anyway, Alan's advice is, yep, seen this before. And he said, most of the time, if we clean all this up, pop another fuse in, pop another cap in, he said, it'll run. But he said, and what have you got to lose? And the other thing he said was, the problem was, because I was inquiring where would be a good place to try and get another board from. He said, the trouble is, this is actually quite a rare set. Rare boards are a lot of money. And sure enough, they're about 100 quid on eBay. And then again, it's eBay, isn't it? So, what have I got to lose? A 220 microfarad cap and whatever that fuse is. 6.3 amps. I think we can afford to risk that, can't we? So we need 220 puff at 1000 volts or better. So let's see what I've got in my drawer of ceramic cap bits. Right, well, as usual, I've got everything but. So I'm going to get one of those ordered and clean this board up, get it fitted, plug it in, switch it on, see what happens. Right, a few days later, I have procured some 220 picofarad 2 kilovolt capacitors. The original one was rated for 1 kilovolt. Clearly not rated well enough, perhaps, but could just be rotten luck, of course. So yeah, I've bought 2 kilovolts. It was the same money, so yeah. Right, what I need to do is clear off all this horrible burned up carbon there. So I've got myself a little pot of IPA. I think it's IPA, can't remember. Always label your containers, folks. Health and safety. Right. And I'm just going to clean this up as best I can. Yeah, you can still see the sort of smut mark around there. I wonder if I need to get a bit more aggressive with it. Fiberglass pencil, perhaps? I just don't want any tracking. Oh, that's got it. I don't want any tracking around any of this. Reminds me of that bit on Star Wars where somebody's messing around with R2-D2. Was it Princess Leia? And she saw some heavy carbon scoring. Yes, this Samsung television set has heavy carbon scoring. There's still some underneath this transformer, but I just think I might want to lift that out. So dot to the bottom right here. Let's put the desoldering iron on and see if we can't just extract that. Let's have the soldering iron on as well. Nice chunky tip. Give it every chance, you know. Right. And my desoldering gun has blocked up. Fabulous. Right, well, the desoldering gun's done a right number on itself and has blocked itself mad stupid, so I'm going to have to go with the ever so expensive braid, but there we go. It'll get it out. We'll have it out. Oh yeah, that was well worth dropping apart there, that's for sure. Pop that back in. Okay, let's fit the new capacitor. Now, you can see that just in there are 3 holes that this can go through, so presumably it took 2 different styles of capacitor, but oh no, there's just a hole in the middle, so probably to stop it flashing over if there's a few. There's a bit of excessive voltage on there. There we go. Get that soldered in. There we go. Right, let's clean up some of that manky flux while we're here. That'll do us. I'm going to need a replacement fuse, which I seem to think was 6.3 amps, wasn't it? The problem is I'm probably not going to have one. The stock of fuses has been somewhat depleted lately, and I've been neglecting it. And I certainly won't have an HRC. Yeah, time lag, 6.3 amp, 250 volt, 20 milliamp, 20 milliamp, 6.3 amp, time lag, HRC, 20 millimeter fuse. HRC is high rupture capacity. Back in the day, when you had a television set and you used to have a glass fuse in the front, they started putting covers over the top to stop in the event of it actually going violently, shattering you with glass. HRCs don't do that, they're filled with sand or something similar. So I'm going to have to order one of those. So yeah, pop back in a minute. Right, I've put the board back in the set. Got myself a fresh 6.3 amp fuse. So it's time. Let's take the old fuse out. Straighten the fuse holder out. Better. Pop a new one in. I don't hold much hope out for this, it must be said. I'm going to pop a mains lead in there. I'm just going to do a little sanity check to see that we haven't got a dead short across the mains now that's all in place. There's me always going on about non-compliant plugs. Look, I've got a non-compliant one on my own blasted mains lead. Still, I suppose it's only me, isn't it, that's running risk of getting harmed. What have I got? 3 megohm. Seems like an awful lot. And there's an ohm or so in there. Okay, that's probably these PTCs in the front end there. Right, okay. So it's not a dead short. So for my next trick, let's plug it in and switch it on. Right, I am connected to the isolated supply. I am stood well back. Way! I am stood well back. 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 Yeah, I sort of thought that might happen. Right, I think what I need to do is go and investigate a replacement power supply board. Yeah, that's suboptimal. Right, let's go and have a word with Steve. Well, I've just had a word with Steve, the owner of the set, and yeah, he doesn't want to spend, you know, the best part of £100 on a new power supply. So that's going to be the end of this one. A bit sad, isn't it? It's another flat screen fail. What a shame. But that's just it. I've just noticed as well, actually, let's have a little zoom in. You can see this is probably the inrush limiting thermistor. And as you can see, it's doing an impression of Pac-Man there. And there's the shard that blew out the side. I suspect something's dead short. In fact, I'm fairly sure that something's dead short on there. But yeah, that's going to be the end of that one. Never mind, it's another fail video, isn't it? We tried. Obviously, I didn't channel my inner Alan Fleckney hard enough. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Click like, subscribe, do all that rubbish, and I'll see you soon here on Doz's Television Workshop. Cheers now. Bye.
With a gentle hand, he brings them back in line. Every twist and turn makes the magic shine. Cathodes and the crackle of the tubes amidst the dust. They play nostalgic tunes. Solder smoke and the faint aroma of time in each repair. An art that's so prime. Where wires twist and spark, fix the picture, bring back color in the dark. Screens that buzz, it's magic on display. Old TVs revived in a brand new way. Circuit woes, but we're getting closer. Neon signs, they guide you to the door. Tubes and screens like you've never seen before. Pulses hum as sparks begin to fly. In this tiny shop, dreams are set too high. In Doz's shop, with a touch of love, your picture's clear and true. In Doz's hands, pixels flicker, back to life and stand. Microchips and vintage heart in a world of screens, playing their parts. Circuit boards with stories to untangle. Every wire a promise as an angle. He bends the light through the lens, creating onyx nights. Oscillators creating sonic waves, bringing back the charm of retro days. Capacitors and resistors. In Doz's touch, there's no misfire. Transistors dance to the rhythm of repair. Through the glow, feels like magic fills the air. Voltage pulses, the tune's melodic run. A symphony of sparks, where the work is never done. In the